What is going on, guys? This is Gonzo the Grim, and this is a guide for you guys so you can defeat or solo, if you so wish, the Silver Surfer in this week's Summoner Showdown Showup difficulty. I'm not going to give you any tips on the Showdown difficulty. You can take what you learned from this video and apply that to the Showdown and try your luck there. But this is if you want to, bank those 3,000 5-star shards and that gold and get those rewards. So let's go ahead and get into this, man. So I know you guys have probably been seeing a lot of videos of everybody doing the solos with Medusa on this Silver Surfer, and that's pretty much what this video is going to be about. It's going to be like breaking down how they're able to do these solos and kind of give you guys advice on how you guys can use those methods to take down this Silver Surfer. So first things first, let's go ahead and start with the Synergy team here. So for me personally, I brought in Nick Fury and Captain Marvel movie, and I went ahead and brought in the Royal Inhuman family Synergy team with Black Bolt right here and Karnak. So if we go into our synergies, I'll go ahead and do that right now. With Black Bolt, it's going to grant 6 Fury buffs every time your Living Strands is activated. And with Karnak, your heavy attacks are going to inflict up to 4 permanent armor breaks. Nick Fury is going to grant that 10% attack rating. Captain Marvel movie is going to make those Fury buffs last 20% longer. And then the bottom 2 synergies with Karnak and Black Bolt, they're going to give Medusa 12% health, which is pretty important if you're using a 4-star, right? So why are the armor breaks and Furies important? Well, Furies are always good, but let's go ahead and get into this fight and let's look at his abilities real quick. So I'm not going to go through all his abilities. I'm going to go through the most important one, which is his energy adaptation. So every time you touch him, you have a 50% chance to get Cold Snap unless you have an armor break debuff on him. So from the get-go, if you heavy attack, you can apply that armor break and not have to worry about getting those cold snaps because Medusa is not cold snap immune. These other ones, don't worry about these too much. Just if you follow this guide, you won't really have to worry about these. But I am going to go into Medusa's abilities just for a little bit because I want to touch on just a few things here. Mainly her armor shattered and how that works. So when the opponent has 6 armor break debuffs, it's going to turn into an armor shattered, and that lasts for 26 seconds. The important thing to note about armor shattered: so all of your light attacks that crit have a 100% chance to inflict a bleed. Your bleeds cannot fall off if there's an armor shattered debuff activated. How do you keep that armor buff, or how do you keep that armor shattered buff activated? You might ask yourself. Well, her special attack 3 actually applies an armor shattered for 35 seconds. If you don't have Karnak, then you can use a special attack 1 to apply a pretty long-lasting armor shattered debuff. But for this is what we're doing. So let's look at his special attacks real quick. So his special attack 1, he launches a beam and then his surfboard comes out of the ground. So you want to dex when you see this beam, and then as soon as his hand hits the ground is when you want to dex back. So it's a 2-part. So here's 1. And then you'll see him kind of jump and land on the ground. And you can actually start dexing when his feet touch, but if you want to time it perfectly, do it when his hand hits the ground. So right here, his feet touch and then his hand hits the ground and his surfboard shoots up. That's when you're going to want to dex. So that's a 2-part dex. Let's look at his special attack 2. This is going to be a 4-part dex. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So again, here's super slow motion. 1, 2, 3, and then watch out for this little board spin, 4. If you give yourself a little bit more space, this one's a little bit easier to dex. But let's go ahead and get into the fight, and I'm going to show you guys how you want to start it with the Synergy team. So the first thing you're going to want to do is hit that heavy, boom, and then you have the armor break, and you don't have to worry about cold snap. You might get that initial cold snap from the get-go just from making that burst touch with him, but 1 cold snap is nothing, man. If you don't have that, then you're going to be eating a lot of cold snaps. So what you want to do from here on out is to get to that special 3. That special 3 is going to apply that armor shatter debuff, and then you can really start stacking the bleeds on Silver Surfer. Don't push him to a special 3 because you might die. I prefer dexing his special 2s. I find it a little bit easier. If you find the special 1s easier to dex, then, you know, dex his special 1s. But you're really going to want to pay attention to that armor shattered little icon up in the top right underneath his health bar. So it's the second red one up there, and it's the one that has like the little piece coming off the shield. So you want to get to your special 3 before that little timer runs out. And what you want to do when you have an armor shattered debuff on him is you want to attack with medium, light, 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 light. So you want to end it with a light attack because if it crits, then you get that bleed. And you just pretty much keep doing this, and as you can see, those bleeds are just going to keep stacking and stacking and stacking. And 35 seconds, I think, is however long it is, when you apply your special 3 for that armor shattered, that's plenty of time to build back up to another special 3. You really just got to kind of bait his specials out and then get the feel of the fight. So if you notice right here, the bleeds are going to cap out at 30. I don't know why that is, but that seems to be what's happening to everybody. So you just keep rinsing and repeating, man. Just keep building that special 3, and then, you know, once you got the 30 bleeds, you're doing pretty good damage here. And I am not running suicides in this fight at all. I'm just, you know, normal masteries here. And I went ahead and slowed it down for the last 15% here. But as you can see, those bleeds are ticking away on him, man. I did get hit. I messed up a few times, and the good thing about Medusa is she has those living strands, so if you do happen to mess up, you're more than likely going to survive it because she's going to auto block a lot of those things. But yeah, I just keep going here. I use special 3s for the entire fight. And then at the last part here, I throw a special 2 just because he's so low on health. I figure the special 2 is going to kind of do him in and take him out. And that's it, man. So you guys practice this and let me know how it goes. You can take a lot of these strategies into the Showdown difficulty with Medusa. But I think that the Showup difficulty is a pretty good place to practice and kind of get the feel of the fight. You're going to be fighting the exact same Silver Surfer in the Showdown difficulty, and the solos are possible. Although you do have a timer in that difficulty, I would recommend, you know, putting some suicides on, maxing out your bleed damage, all that stuff. But let me know how it goes, and if you guys have any questions about this, if I didn't explain anything clear enough, then leave a comment down below and I'll be happy to answer it. But I'm out. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like this video if you like what you saw. Peace.